Alara had always found solace in the forgotten corners of the city, while others flocked to bustling cafes and trendy boutiques. She was drawn to the crumbling brickwork of old factories and the moss covered statues in neglected parks. She was a geocacher, a modern-day treasure hunter who used a GPS to find hidden containers. But for Ilara, it was more about the journey than the prize. One unusually crisp autumn afternoon, her geocaching app led her to an abandoned aqueduct on the city's outskirts. The air grew colder as she followed the rusted metal pipes deeper into the woods, the sound of the city fading into a distant hum. Her GPS pointed to a spot where a massive concrete slab had fallen away from the aqueduct's side, revealing a dark, gaping hole. The app's clue read, "Where the water once flowed, a new path is born." Heart pounding with a mix of fear and excitement, Ilara squeezed through the opening. She found herself in a vast, cylindrical tunnel, the air thick with the smell of damp earth and something else, ... something sweet like blooming flowers. As she ventured deeper, her flashlight beam danced across walls covered in intricate carvings she'd never seen before, spiraling patterns that seemed to pulse with a faint internal light. The tunnel opened into a cavern of unbelievable proportions. The ceiling was so high her flashlight couldn't reach it, but it was illuminated by what looked like 1,000 bioluminescent fungi, casting a soft, ethereal glow on the world below. A city lay before her, not of concrete and steel, but of living, glowing crystal. Bridges of woven roots spanned glowing rivers, and buildings carved from immense shimmered with every color of the rainbow. She wasn't alone. Figures with skin that reflected the light like polished opal moved gracefully through the streets. They wore clothes woven from what looked like silk and moonlight. Their faces were serene, their eyes holding a wisdom that transcended time. A young woman with hair the color of midnight approached Alara, her gaze gentle and curious. "You are a seeker," the woman said, her voice like the chime of distant bells. "It has been many seasons since one of your kind found our home, the Luminaya. We are the crystalline kindred, and our city thrives on the warmth of the earth and the memory of the sun." Alara learned that the Luminaya had been built by their ancestors generations ago to escape a great sorrow on the surface world. They had carved their new home from the very bones of the earth, using a magical energy they called Etherium to sustain their city. The geocaching container Alara had been searching for. It wasn't just a trinket, it was a beacon, a long-forgotten key left by an ancient member of their kind, designed to be found by someone with the right spirit. As days turned into weeks, Alara became an apprentice to the crystalline kindred. She learned to speak their language, a melodic dialect of clicks and hums. She discovered that Etherium was not just a power source, it was the lifeblood of their culture. It flowed through their music, their art, and their very being. Alara, with her geocaching skills and her deep love for forgotten places, became an invaluable bridge between their world and hers. She taught them about the surface, the ever-changing seasons, the stars, the sound of rain on a tin roof, and in return they taught her to see the world in a new light, to find magic not just in forgotten places but in everything. The story doesn't end there, of course. The discovery of the Luminaya was just the beginning. Ilira's adventures were far from over, and a new chapter was about to unfold, a chapter where she would have to decide if she belonged to the world above or the radiant city below.